The Startail Protoss player at the bottom right of Whirlwind in game number 2. Down 1 map in this series.
Startail Avenge.
He has nothing to lose here. He is the underdog up against a huge favorite, a fan favorite at that. At the bottom left of the map we have in blue for KT Rolster.
KT Flash.
Flash. His fans call him God.
Very cautious game on map number 1. All the right decisions for him. And Flash, well, Flash at least of those 2 players, if you want to support him, he doesn't really have a Twitter account. I think he's limited to Facebook, but he has so many fans worldwide, people that cheer for him that don't even have anything to do with Starcraft.
You can post in his fan club, you know, you can talk about him on Twitter, and if he searches on Twitter, he can find you. You know, definitely support him.
Avenge, on the other hand, he is more of a younger player that not just now starts to make his splash within the community with the results that he recently achieved in the Team League and Korea. So if you haven't heard of him yet and you're a fan of his play and how he made his way into the 3rd round of Korea, check him out on Twitter. His ID is Startail_Avenge. And while you're at it, you can always add the 2 of us, myself at Kaldor and Wolf at ProxyWolf. Add the 2 of us too and tweet at us.
Tweeted us indeed. Love to see what you guys have to say. Probe is going to come in here and see everything. He sees that Flash is doing his normal command center first in this matchup.
Good scouting for him. He sees the command center on the first spot. He's lucky enough to find his opponent at the first position he spots with the probe. That's always important as a Protoss player. You want to have the that safety. Getting into the base. It's always annoying when you find your opponent at the 3rd base that you scout. There's a Marine already on the ramp, welcoming your probe, taking it down, and you have no clue what your opponent is doing.
Yeah. Common question is how many SCVs does it take to build a command center under attack by probes? When CC first, the answer is 3, and so that's why we're seeing a lot of mine time loss here for Flash, just affecting his build quite a bit. Doesn't lose anything though. We have seen some sloppy turns in the past lose an SCV. Flash inviting him to come into the main base and trap the probe, but yeah, Avenge does not take the bait.
You already saw everything. You saw the double barracks, and that's all that you want to know. The command center first is no mystery to Avenge, so he knows exactly what's going on in this game. We already have the Nexus started for him too. And this is a play where we see him going a completely different style from game number 1. Not relying on the 1 base performance that we saw on map 1, but going straight into the 2nd base.
Yeah. 2 base here, and no, Avenge's Nexus is lining up pretty nicely to that orbital. He's going to be a little bit behind, of course, but his tech is far superior. And I wonder what we're going to see from him. Is it going to be Robo first or double gates?
Avenge, of course, a player who can practice a lot with players like Bomber in the team house, so he has a lot of practice partners. But Flash has a very unique style, and especially in a few matchups, like for example his Terran versus Zerg, he has put it out there in several interviews already that he feels his style of play is the only correct one, getting that 3rd command center at a time in the game where it's very early, but he still can make sure that he's very, very safe.
And you can see here the SCV saw everything. You got to spot everything that was going on at that Nexus, and Forge going down in the main, so he doesn't go into any robotics tech. He's going into the double Forge tech creator style, so we are going to see Avenge go into that late game this time.
Yeah. The creator style Forge, I really like it. These upgrade heavy styles, you can do so much with them. You can head into a very solid late game, but you can also try to hit a timing if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, really nice micro here on the Stalker, able to deny these Marines, slow them down.
Also just important to see them. We've seen so many games being decided by a Terran player sneaking the Marines past the few units out on the map, hitting the mineral line, taking down 5 to 10 harvesters, and then just taking from there.
Yeah. Both players dead even in supply, and neither really making any mistakes with their macro. Mothership Core comes down very late, but this is what allows him to get the 1-1 upgrades very quickly. And
he's getting them very, very fast. I mean, Flash doesn't even have a 1 upgrade started. He's going now straight into the factory, but we don't even have the engineering bay up for Flash.
Yeah, with no eBay, he's going to have fast medevacs, which will mean he can be very aggressive. But, you know, the factory going down here means no eBay, and this is going to be probably a game where Flash has to pull his SCVs and attack.
Flash doesn't really know what's going on, so he's playing it safe by adding another bunker to the front. He's adding 2 bunkers. He really thinks that Avenge is going to hit him hard with the gateway timing here. And this is, of course, very unfortunate for Flash, playing it so safe And Avenge is just adding his Twilight Council. He's like, buddy, I'm completely fine here. I'm going into late game against you. I'm going to go straight into +2/+2 as soon as my Twilight is done.
Yeah.
And Flash is really, I don't want to say he's scared, but he is very cautious and thinks that there is a massive attack coming his way.
This is the opposite of what is the case, but Flash just wants to be safe. He's playing against Avenge, who's been aggressive, and most of his games he's shown televised. He was aggressive in game number 1 with the Blink Stalker play, so Flash is just being very, very cautious here.
And Flash won't have an engineer. He's going into the +1 attack upgrade now, whereas we have Avenge already being on +1/+1, and should start +2/+2 any second now.
And if the Oracle does not get killed, he won't know it's a hallucination. He might start turrets. Of course, he's gonna...
Nice defense against the hallucination so far. If that would have been an Oracle, he wouldn't have been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, very true.
There comes the +2/+2 and charge, and a lot of gateways. It looks like he's gonna hit the timing with the charge zealots, with Archons on +2/+2.
We've seen a lot of players do this in the past. This is something that Hongan would do. This is something any pro would do back in the old days, but still players like Squirtle in contemporary Heart of the Swarm do this type of play.
There's the Temple Archive. And one of the main questions now is if Flash is going to salvage some of these bunkers before it happens. If he feels like he's completely safe against his opponent and then salvage 1 or 2 bunkers, then it would be horrible for him. But even with 3 bunkers, this is a very, very strong and aggressive attack.
Flash still has no idea about what's in the main base. A scan at this moment in time might actually do him some good. Third base is spotted by Avenge. He sees it. It's made on the low ground here. The probe sees everything.
I don't think the Marines spotted the pylon, or did he? Could you double check?
I will double check that for you.
A few of the Marines are moving out. I think they saw one of the pylons and they're taking it down right now.
He saw both, actually.
He saw the second one as well, okay. Charge is nearly completed, as is +2/+2.
And this probe is denied again, so he's not really getting any pylons up here.
Yeah, that's really annoying for him. Here comes the stim, there is the scan. And what did the scan actually see? Not a lot. Nothing.
Yeah, he saw there's nothing on the watch. I don't know about that scan. Maybe he thought there was an observer there.
Avenge.
Okay, bunkers go down. He's starting to realize again. He's like, wait a minute, this is weird.
Yeah, but we have Avenge heading into a third base now.
See, he doesn't have to do the attack if he doesn't want to. And he's been shut down with his pylon, so he's like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Well, he still has a really good army on the map with +2/+2. Charge now coming up. It's moving in. Flash is still trying to find out if there is a third base. He sees it. Does not cancel the bunkers, though.
Yeah, he's going to keep them alive.
With a good time warp, you know?
Yeah, he's got 2 of them. Guardian Shield is up.
And
great force fields. Oh my god, time warp is down as well.
And the Zealots are charging in once again. The second time warp awaits, but the first one was good enough and the force fields were really strong. Avenge doing a decent job here. Retreating now. He still has the third base up, going into +3/+3. And look at this upgrade advantage that this guy has. This is sick. The guy has 2/2 done and 3/3 on the way, whereas Flash is on 1/0.
Yeah, he's scared Flash so much. Flash has made so many bunkers. He's spent a lot of resources on those. He's re-salvaged them, made them again. This affects his build. This affects how smoothly he can transition. And yeah, Avenge's third base is very late, and he's not even saturating it just yet. But when it comes to the upgrades, that's where he's going to make up for it. And here comes some Zealots running by.
The Zealots already on their way in. I love how Avenge is flexible enough to adjust his build to what he scouted. That he's not just going with his head through the wall, trying to take down the Terran player with his 2/2 timing. He's going into Storm now. He's adding also the robotics here. This is really, really strong what we see from Avenge so far. But granted, the one thing that Flash didn't show us just yet is his drop play.
Yeah, not yet. There's no observers on the map, so the Widow Mines that we have, which there's only a few, there's 3 of them, could become a problem. You know, he's going to have to decide if he wants to engage into those. With only 3, it's not going to be devastating, it's not going to kill, you know, a pack of Zerglings since there aren't any. One goes down instantly, too.
Yeah. Storm is not ready. He wants to buy himself some time. Storm will be done in just a few seconds, and I think he has enough time to wait for it.
Yeah, I think he just wants to force another stem any time he can fight against stem units.
He has +2/+2 against 1/1, and he has Storm.
And he's about to have 3/3. Here we go. The Widow Mines are in good spot. Here he time warps. He surrounds him.
40 supply lead currently for Flash, and he's trying to take down those medivacs, and they barely survive.
Avenge just not able to capitalize on his third base just yet. That's why he has that supply deficit, but the upgrades, they are really showing here.
Oh yes, they are, and he's moving in again. He's starting feedbacks against the medivacs. Flash with good, really good kiting so far. Nice stutter step, but here comes the Storm!
On everything. Feedback's going down, and Flash dropping in supply here, and that 3-3 is nearly done.
Look at the bank that we have for Avenge. He needs more production. He's at 1,700 minerals, is now using half of it to just warp in additional zealots. But this play by the Protoss is amazing. He can pull this off.
Well, here comes the drops now going to the main base. He's still up in supply, severely flashes. Avenge really starting to realize he needs more gateways right now.
And now suddenly Flash is going for this multitasking that has killed so many Protoss players in the past. He is playing his strengths here, and Avenge, he needs to stabilize.
He has those 3-3 upgrades now. Avenge knows that he has to split his units here, and Flash knows as well that his army is just bigger right now. That's the one advantage he has, and he's just using it. He knows that, okay, your zealots can't be everywhere at once. I've got so many bioforces. Yeah, they don't have the best upgrades, but they can be everywhere.
If Avenge is able to stabilize and to get a grip on this game, I think he can do a long way in this match. He's warping in additional units, but there's the snipe on the Nexus. Can he get through, though? He's killing it.
He kills it. There's a Warp Prism with a probe, Kaldor. I don't know why, but it's going towards Flash's main base, and we're going to see something weird.
We will see a drop and a pylon.
Yep.
You know, if he attacks now, he lost the base, and he can't lose the main. This is just Flash's drop play. If Avenge can man a big army and attack, one attack, I think he's gonna have a good chance against Flash here. More and more feedbacks against those Medivacs, but they all survive. Not a single one goes down.
Yeah, he's got some great upgrades, and they're coming through here. He's getting him +1 now for shields. That Warp Prism with the probe in it, I wonder if he's going to try to make cannons to stop drops, but in this case, it doesn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, has been spotted as being attacked. But the supply, you know, the advantage in supply that Flash had is not as huge as it was before. And with the upgrade lead that Avenge has, he can do so much damage. The problem is that Flash is buying so much time with his drop play that he can't catch up.
Yeah. He's getting now into 2-2. Remember, he's still going to be a whole set of upgrades behind after that, too.
This is just experience showing at this point. Flash, he has played in so many tournaments, so many championships under this belt. He knows how to blaze these situations. And Avenge, on the other hand, he's not as experienced as his opponent. If he was, I think he would just try and go for a massive battle. If he can force Flash to fight, he could do a lot with this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Flash's army in itself is actually quite weak. He has 11 medevacs. That's 22 of his army supply. Underneath those medevacs are poorly upgraded units that Avenge could rip through. He could also get some great storms off. He has so many Templar out right now. He has 3 on the map, but he could definitely warp in some more. I actually thought he had more than that.
Avenge is not capitalizing on his upgrades. +2 is nearly done for Flash. Avenge was 2 complete set of upgrades ahead of his opponent, but now Flash is closing their gap. Beautiful EMP here against the Dark Templar. Liked it quite a bit.
Notice he has 2 DTs. One just died, but the other one is positioned. He's forced 2 cancels on 2 different command centers just by having a DT where the command center would likely be made. And that's huge. That is buying Avenge a lot of time, and he's actually closed the gap in supply. Yeah. And no 3-3 start for Flash just yet. He needs to get on that. He's spending all of his gas on Ghosts right now.
Avenge is still 1 set of upgrades ahead of his opponent. He's drawing back here, using the Storm. Here comes the Time Warp, but the Mothership Core is down, and Flash, he's just getting further and further ahead in the game. I think Avenge really missed his window here.
Well, you know, he still has a few more Templar out. Flash, like you said, he doesn't want to engage just yet, and that's what Avenge should be trying to force him to do.
Yeah, but he already lost the huge upgrade advantage that he had. Flash is now going into 3-3. He has 15 Ghosts on the map, is adding more and more command centers. He will get the better economy.
Zealot run by is spotted here, will be killed.
Yeah. Zealots are trying to move in, but this army for Flash has a lot of DPS, a lot of firepower.
Flash trying with his might to just buy as much time, and he's gonna have that orbital done very soon. And the upgrade advantage is withering away.
Avenge just doesn't have the contenance that he needs in this situation. He's playing a strong game here, but Avenge is now the one that is reacting, and he needs to act instead. Something that he doesn't do. It is Flash moving in. The Storm is good. The High Templar is down, though. Another preemptive Storm trying to prevent the Terran player from moving up the ramp. But here come the first few snipes.
Yeah, a few snipes, some good storms, and Avenge is not forcing the engagement. He needs to be. DT is going to start to work away at this command center, force a lift potentially.
Flash is ahead in supply. He has the extra bases now, and he has still 12 Ghosts available to him. 11 Medivacs.
When that 3-3 upgrade finishes, all of the advantages that Avenge had will disappear.
Yeah.
That's the only advantage he has right now, and the window is closing very, very quickly here. And, you know, he had a few opportunities where the Flash Army was weak from storms. He could have tried to catch him and surround him, but he waited too long. And Flash, he's about to have that 3-3, and he's going to have the better army. The army size right now is relatively similar.
I mean, at this point, even if Avenge loses this now, I feel that for him there are no regrets. He was the underdog right from the start, and he showed us that he can, but he needs more experience in these situations. You can really tell that he's a little bit intimidated by his opponent.
Absolutely.
Especially when Flash started to execute his drop play. This was when Avenge suddenly started to be scared, where he was playing very passive, and even after Flash stopped dropping, he was just sitting there and taking hit after hit. And now Flash is moving in with 3-3 nearly completed, and as soon as it is, there won't be an upgrade advantage anymore.
I mean, Avenge is running away with his armor with his tail tucked between his legs right now. It does get 2 storms off.
The storms are really good. I mean, if with good storms, he might be able to it. But now we have the first few... Oh, the EMPs
are perfect on
They could not have been any better. And he's charging in.
The storm?
The storm is good, and he's closing the gap in supply, but Flash has the better bank.
A lot of those Vikings, though, completely useless, and he doesn't... Remember, he made so many metabacks that he doesn't have a lot underneath them. Avenge takes a supply lead here, resecures his base.
But the bank will come into play for Flash in just a few seconds, and the additional command centers that he built, they will help him a lot with the additional mules and also the scans.
Avenge, though, securing that base is so important. You know, he was basically dead once 3-3 was done if he didn't hold that base. Now he holds it. He takes out a lot of those Vikings. He's trying to switch into Colossi, but Flash used his bank to go into double starport.
It was great to see him take this fight despite the EMPs that we saw. The storms were really strong. But Flash is still in a good position here. The supply gap has been closed, but with the additional structures that Flash already has on the map, he's looking still very strong in this game. But Avenge is not out yet.
Yeah, not out just yet.
And you know, he now has his 4th base, so he's on the same amount of base as his opponent. Flash is actually using those additional command centers that he built to get planetary fortresses up as defensive structures. He's not using them to go for another mineral line.
Yeah. This is really, really looking better and better for Flash because he has the map control. He seems to be the one dominant force on the map, and that was a nice spot on that TT.
You know, on the other hand, if Avenge gets another engagement like the last one, he's going to pull ahead.
Yeah.
The question is, can he?
A lot of this comes down to is Avenge just does not have another base, and he can take the base on the right, but he has to clean up some units first.
Yeah, but they are both on the same amount of bases, so I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see if Avenge can repeat the battle prowess that he showed us in the last fight between the two of them. And Flash realized it. I mean, he knows, yes, this guy might not be such a high-profile player as myself, but he is not someone to take lightly.
By the way, notice Flash checks every single base, make sure there's no hidden nexus, even the top left. He's not going to take any chances. He makes sure, all right, Avenge doesn't have any hidden bases. Oh, that storm was excellent. You guys didn't get to see all of it, but I did, and it was great.
That was a really awesome storm.
But Flash, always with so many metabacks, is able to heal his army almost instantaneously.
The run-bys on their way.
Trading really well against these ghosts. Those ghosts somehow hid in the trees. It was really their cloaking, but
yeah. And Flash taking a bit of a not greedy, but a ninja expand to the top left of the map. And you know, right now it's actually Avenge who's roaming the map with his army, trying to find a good position to engage.
And with these Zealot run-bys, he's forcing Flash to, you know, get out of position occasionally. And if he can catch one of those good engagements where he has the Watchtower, for example, or he has a DT that can spot and he gets those storms off, could definitely take a fight. He's at... Right now, he has 12 Templar on the map. Avenge
really should have moved out earlier in the game and taken out Flash. I feel with the 3-3 upgrades against 1-1, he had such a good position there. Now he's trying to put those DTs to some use, and he takes down one of the supply depots, forcing his way into the base.
And he even runs away for a moment. Definitely could save one DT. Yeah.
And he's hitting the third now.
Really hard.
They are the 2 planetaries. Oh, actually 3.
Yeah. That's the triple planetary fortress defense by Flash. Here comes another cancel on that base to the top left. He doesn't find the other one, though. This is an intense game, Keller. I'm loving this.
Yep. It's really intense. I mean, Flash's life is on the line here, as is Avenge, but Flash is ahead in the series with 1 win already. So if he takes this map, then he is in Codes, and Avenge wants at least to win 1 map against his opponent here, push it to a 3rd game, and he's making those run-bys work. Once again, he's trying to go in, but he has to circumvent those supply depots, and that's exactly what he does. Flash doesn't have a lot of units here.
Yeah, he's going around to the other side. There's, you know, a base here that wants to be formed, but it hasn't started yet. Now it's coming up, and he'll have to cancel it. That was A bit strange. Feedback goes off. That's all he gets. Avenge wants to try to trap this army now. There are so many ghosts on the map. Right now, he has 21 of them.
Yep. I mean, this is a crazy amount of ghosts. We can have the Mule Hammer dropping to the top left. Another storm goes off. Those High Templars being spotted, but they get the storms off before anything happens. Now we have the EPs, really good ones.
And the Mothership Core goes down.
Mothership Core is already eliminated. Flash is nearly up 30 supply at this point, mining from the top left.
Here comes some more Templar. Those were great storms. They didn't end up working, but the idea there was perfect.
Yeah, here comes the Terran army though, stimming in. The EMP's not as good as they could have been, but at least hitting the Stalkers.
Avenge had so many Templar. He had 12 Templar with Storms, so even though he got EMP'd a lot, he still has a few more available. And here's a big warp into the main. He's going to try to cut off reinforcements.
A huge warp in, 10 Zealots, and he's trying to take out those supply depots, maybe even supply block Flash, but the Terran player already has Marauders in position.
He did not remake that Nexus, and the Archon got hit. The Archon, of course, taking bonus damage from the Widow Mines.
Oh, he's going up against the 3 planetaries. He's really trying to do this.
I think it's a poor idea. He needs to attack a different location. He needs to send Zealots. He needs to find out about this base, because not knowing about this base is a big problem.
I was actually surprised that Flash sent all of his, or a lot of the SCVs over. That allowed Avenge to potentially spot this. I thought he would just drop the Mule Hammer. But now we have the +3 attack upgrade also being researched for the Vikings, which will give him so much more leverage against the Colossi.
Avenge has been slightly more cost efficient this game. It's really evident. You can see he's mined a lot less in total, and he's been able to play this game and fight against Flash's army without that base to the right for so long, but now he needs it. He can't wait any longer. He absolutely needs that Nexus. It's getting closer to finishing.
A 30-minute game between the two of them here on Whirlwind, and more High Templars entering the stage. 21 Ghosts against 17 High Templars. This is a battle of the caster units. They are having to duke this out with EMPs, with snipes, storms, and feedback. And here comes the storm flank. He's moving in, and so far it hasn't been spotted. Here comes one storm, but a little bit too late.
Oh, this Nexus cannot finish though, and he can't go up there. He's gonna just try to catch this army as it leaves. This is so smart by Avenge. But you know, he doesn't actually catch those Vikings.
Flash is playing this so safe, adding another command center to the top left, and also building a second one at the base that he already has for a planetary. He's just playing this very safe. He does all the right decisions. Not greedy, not at all, just playing it calm and collected, taking the engagements where he can, making sure that all his positions are safe. But look at these storms, those were great!
Flash is building an empire on this map, and Avenge is
moving in, and this time he's gonna take it, and most of the Vikings are already gone!
Cloaking field is up though, and he does not have an observer nearby. He's storming desperately here. Ghost attacking a Colossus.
And Avenge is dropping in supply way too fast. Flash has the bank and is rebuilding immediately back to 150. But another storm!
He doesn't have an observer. He can't fight this.
He doesn't see it. That's the biggest problem. Yeah. He's getting the observer now. And he's moving in. Finally, he sees, at least he takes down those few medivacs that are still there. And he sees finally the ghost of his opponent. No, he doesn't. He took down the one that was recloaked.
He killed it with the splash damage from the medevac. 2 observers here misrallied.
128 supply for Flash. His bank gone. 100 for his opponent. Another storm trying to hit those invisible ghosts.
Right, you know, and Flash actually almost saved himself with that cloak. Without that cloak, he would have lost the battle.
Avenge has to call the Ghostbusters, man.
Yeah.
He definitely needs some help there.
Because
he doesn't even see the guys.
He's definitely afraid of those ghosts.
Yeah, there is too much ectoplasm swirling around in this game.
He needs to get Murray on it. Oh, this is a nice catch.
Yeah, that's a really good catch. And now he knows at least there's a base up to the top left. But can he really do something about it? I mean, there's only a 20 supply difference in supply, but still. One
thing I wish that we saw this game, which I don't think we will see at all going forward, is Storm Drop. Storm Drop is one way you can really punish someone who hides behind a planetary. Look at that. There's no Storm Drop happening here.
He's moving in, there's one planetary, and we have Avenge moving in, saying, I'm afraid of no ghosts. But the few that are there, they are doing quite a lot of damage with those EMPs, and the Archons, they won't be able to do them a lot. Yep. He's sniping the Observer. The ghosts are once again completely safe.
This is it for Avenge in game number 2, and this is going to be the Flash sealing the deal.
That was just Flash playing so smart. He knew that there was an Observer. He scanned, took it down with the Vikings, and there's nothing that Avenge can do against them without seeing them.
Flash now doubles his supply. His Nexus over here that he was never able to really secure. He's going to lose it again too. To just two groups of forces coming down.
Yeah. Way too much. Flash playing a great series in this game in the best of 3. Avenge, he put in a lot of effort, a lot of heart, but the inexperience of the StarTale player, it just showed.
It certainly did. Avenge drops another storm, but the Ghosts just have way too many hit points. They ride the storms coming through here. This Nexus will have to be cancelled for the last time.
He does what he can, but now he's down to 75 supply. And Flash, he has contained his opponent just way too much. There's one mining base left for the StarTale Protoss player, and Flash, he has bases all over the map.
Yeah, he has bases. That's the reason why he's been able to stay in this game, because Avenge has taken the better engagements over and over again. In fact, he's about 5,000 resources more efficient in this game still. But Flash just is able to rebuild his army every single time. I mean, these storms that keep Avenge in this game, these storms and his patience that have managed to keep him alive for 36 minutes, but
he will run out of money eventually.
Yeah, his time is running out.
You can really see it with the income here. I mean, Flash is quadrupling the income of Avenge. The problem for the Protoss really is that he cannot get another base. He can try, but I would be very surprised if Flash allows another base to being established.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the end. Storm goes down again, but this time hitting very little. Second storm hits very little. He's going to lose this Zealot. Well, no, Zealot gets away.
Yeah, there's the cancel on the Nexus at the right side of the map.
That's just that iconic cancel that we've been seeing over and over again.
DTs are being warped in, but with 90 supply, what can you do? Avenge is up against an opponent who has 100 supply lead on him.
6 orbitals on the map means DTs are going to do very little for him.
He's a little bit scared of the storms, but yeah, he's not taking any chances here. And you can see that Avenge is on the ropes. There's a money storm, like the perfect storm, but still, even with the perfect storms, I don't think it's going to change.
Well, this is going to be the end. Snipes going down. Zealot's falling here. Flash, the God, the Titan, takes the win 2-0. He's going into the Manor scans.
He's going to Kodes. The scans are there, and Avenge is down. GG. And game over. Flash takes it with a 2-0 advances to Kodes, and Avenge is in the up and downs. But still, a great performance by Avenge, I still have to say. He's a very inexperienced player compared to Flash, so guys, give him some love. Go to Twitter, add him at @StarTale_Avenge. Send him a tweet. He's definitely disappointed here, but he had a good run in Code A, and losing to Flash is nothing to be ashamed of.
Absolutely not. I mean, Flash is the most popular player in the world, and he did not get out of Kodes, but his fans certainly support him, and he's back in right away. All it took was 2 games.
Exactly. So Flash definitely with a great series here, but Avenge had several timings where he could have won. He was up 3-3 upgrades against 1-1, but then he fell a little bit apart when Flash started to execute his drop play. Very difficult to handle. We've seen a lot of Protoss players in the past fall to it. So good series by Avenge, but Flash, of course, just being the favorite in the game, and he showed us why. He played perfect games against his opponent, made all the right decisions, not only in Game 1, but also in Game 2, and against the youngster, the challenger, didn't have any problem at all here.
Yeah. Well, up next we have Life against Marine King, the final best of 3 of the night. One of these 2 players is going to Kodes. Marine King has been having a rough time in his career right now. Life, on the other hand, considered by maybe the best player in the world. He didn't get out of his Kodes group, but he's about to get back in, potentially. Yeah,
Life was in the same group as Flash, so he also fell down and now has to win his game against Marine King. We are heading into a 5-minute break, and when we are back, we'll, of course, show you the last series of the day. While we're in the break, make sure that you jump on Twitter and also at the 2 of us, myself at Calder and Wolf at ProxyWolf. And as soon as we are back, we're heading into the last best of 3 of the day. See you in a few.